Part 2, this is a continuation of the previous video. We just taught you how we topped the market here and pulled it back. Now we're going to get into pretty much everything else. That yellow line, 50 SMA, that's the breakdown. We're going to teach you about the breakdown. Again, this yellow line's that 50 SMA, that's the breakdown. And if you notice, right there is when Trump started tweeting about China tariff stuff. I promise you this market is so intricate in how it's manipulated and it works, you'd be so surprised. But anyways, what are the odds that as the market trades down into the breakdown level, Trump tweets some crazy stuff that's all bearish news? And what do? Wham! Stop so many people out. But anyways, let's get into it. So here's the market breaking down the 50 SMA. We're going to anchor a VWAP there. Pretty much the story is, as long as the market is below the 1 minute volume weighted average price from the breakdown, the market and the momentum can be traded and will stay down. If we start to break above that 1 minute VWAP, we will reset that all the way back to the 50 SMA most of the time. So market broke down, gets over VWAP, and then rallies back to the 50 SMA. What does that look like on the actual time frame that we're talking about? Let me flip this to a 30 minute and I'll just delete all this stuff, and that's what it looks like. The breakdown and the back test. And on the 1 minute chart, all we did was anchor the VWAP there and track that intraday momentum down, and then know when those short sellers are getting squeezed out, and then reset them back to the 50 SMA. And the reason we reset them back to the 50 SMA is many times because if everyone's bearish for this breakdown, but then it doesn't keep going down, then won't we just take them back to the same reason they went bearish in the first place, the 50 SMA? Now let's talk a little bit about this bounce. So this bounce to me was really the failure of the VIX on the 30 minute. So I have to explain something. Whenever the stock market breaks down the 50 SMA, generally speaking, then the volatility index should be above its 50 SMA. If the VIX breaks out its 50 SMA, same time the market's breaking down its 50 SMA, generally we would call that confirmation. But today, the market broke down the 50 SMA, which then allowed the VIX to go to its back test, in which it broke over, but it could not maintain. So ultimately, what is this move, hindsight 2020, altogether all said and done? It's really just a breakdown and a back test and a failure of the VIX to get extremely fearful. So it's just rejecting. So what do we see? We saw the markets break down today. VIX break up back to trend resistance, fail to go for the super fearful move, has resistance. This breakdown not fully confirmed, bounce it back up. We'll be here all day, ladies and gentlemen. So what's going to happen next? What's going to happen next is overnight we're going to be looking for confirmation above or below that level. Essentially, if we get above, market can rally. If we maintain below, we're still in a neutral bearish state. Let's go.